Good morning, it's Wednesday, February the 19th. Welcome to the Sky Spirit channel. This is your tarot reading for today. If you could pick a number between 1 and 12 and we'll see what the cards have to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put that one to one side because it's come out face up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now when a card comes out like that, and that was unexpected to come out the right way up, so to speak, because I have no idea how it got back in the deck that way round. I like to think that has a relevance. Okay, now the card is the Lovers, so this is really indicative of, can be intimate relationships, it could be relationship wise, but it's also about choices. So I'm going to say that this card is relevant to all numbers, so whatever number you picked, then I'd also like you to consider this card as appropriate for your reading today as well. So I'm going to say that this is very much to do with choices. It could be romantic choices, or it could be things that you've got to decide. All right, so today is really a good day for weighing up your options and making those decisions. Okay, right, now moving on to your individual cards. If you chose number 1, you have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Queen of Pentacles can be about finances or work or things like that. And this is very much because it's she's a very independent lady, the Queen of Pentacles, when she's the right way up. When she's the other way up, it can be telling you that you've been a little bit dependent on other people to either make your mind up or to influence you. So this is saying, take your control back, okay? Become the Queen of Pentacles upright, because at the minute you're not living to your full potential. You're not, I mean, I don't mean that like you haven't been living in your full potential for ages. This is just really recently. So there's something where you might be asking somebody else to make those decisions for you. It's funny, isn't it? Today's about decisions so far. So depend on yourself, trust your own judgment here, and make those decisions for yourself. Reassert your independence, number 1. Okay, number 2, we have the 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords is always about trust, blind trust and constraint. So it's almost like you feel stuck, you're being constrained by an idea or a notion or somebody else's expectations of you. So it's like you're almost stuck in a rut. All right, so this card is telling you to utilize the resources that you have. Okay, so you don't need to listen to somebody else's viewpoint of what you can or cannot achieve. This card is telling you to look at what you have and trust your own judgment. So really know that you have the ability to move forward, and you don't need somebody else to tell you that that's not possible. When they say no, you say yes. Okay, so forget that blind trust. You're going to take today and decide to do things for yourself. If you're feeling stuck in a rut, then make some changes to move out of that rut, because it's about letting go of the old story and moving on to the new one, and doing that because you're in a position to make a great decision today. Again, we're talking about decisions here, but you are in that position. Okay, so take the bull by the horns today and make sure that you're doing things for your own good and not listening to somebody else's viewpoint when it's not to your benefit. Okay, number 2. I've just noticed my cards are a little bit wonky here. It's more likely the camera that's a little bit wonky. How's that one up there? Okay, number 3. Number 3, you have the Ace of Swords, and that's another reversed card. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, reversed, is like almost like an imposter, and it's because swords are very much about intellect and curiosity. Gosh, I can't speak today. Curiosity, thirst for knowledge. So this card in its reversed orientation is talking about somebody who's perhaps pretending to be cleverer than they are. Now, this isn't indicating that this is you. This is indicating that there's somebody around you, potentially a younger man, who thinks he's really clever, but he's going to come unstuck. Okay. If this isn't a young man, it could be an older man who has an immature side to him, or who isn't very experienced in life. Okay. But he could have been almost, I want to say interfering, but it's too strong a word, influencing your life or your choices, things like that. So today is really the day when the imposter will be exposed. Okay, so it's almost like he's being uncovered for telling a few porkies. All right, so just watch for that person, because this guy's not 100% honest, and not in the way that he wants to be hurtful or it's done with malice. It's because he's one of those people that just wants to act like he knows everything all the time, and that's not the absolute truth. So if you get any advice today from a younger man or an older man with a sort of younger personality, or even a woman, and this is sort of the male part of her personality, and you think, it doesn't sit right, trust your own judgment, don't follow theirs. Okay. Number 4. Okay, so you have got the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords is about, reversed, is about narrow-mindedness and gossip, perhaps. I'm going to say that this could be telling you that there's somebody who's gossiping about you. There's somebody who's not got a good word to say about you, really. Now, you'd think that the Queen is always going to be a woman, but it can actually be the female representation of a male, so the sort of female characteristics of a male, and this card is telling you that they're gossiping behind your back a little bit. So I wouldn't panic about it. Just have a look at your close circle and see if you can identify if there's somebody who might be saying one thing to your face and saying another thing behind your back. Okay. Normally these things don't really have any consequences for you whatsoever, but it's always empowering to know where that negativity is coming from. Okay, so then you can extricate yourself from the situation if you want to, or you can choose to ignore. Okay, be the better person and ignore it, but be aware. Okay, number 5, you have the High Priestess. Oh, this is my absolute favorite card. So this card talks about somebody who is a mystery keeper, somebody who has intuition. Could be a female, it's a female illustration, but it can just as easily refer to the feminine side of a man. So this is talking about somebody who has feminine energy, divine feminine energy, brilliant intuition and powers. Okay, so this card could be telling you that you're going to bump into this person today, so watch out for that person. But it could as well, and there's no way of really telling this with a one card spread. One card, it's not a spread, it's by itself. So this could be either somebody else or it could be you. So this card sometimes is reminding you to be in touch with your intuition. So we're either looking out for the High Priestess today, or we're being the High Priestess today. So which one of those is for you? But it's always about the intuition, that divine feminine, the wisdom. Listen to that, whether you're listening to somebody else or you're listening to your own gut. Okay, because the High Priestess energy is with you today. Number 6. Number 6 is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is very much about manifesting success. And this is like security, property, finances, opportunity. Could be work. It's financial gain, potential winnings. So look out for being handed the gift of success today. It could be a financial opportunity, a new project, perhaps winning something. This is really a card that says the shine of luck really is illuminating your world today. So if you were thinking about entering any competitions, might be a really good way to actually good day to do that, I should say. But if that's not your style, then just look at what comes your way. Are there any opportunities discussed today? Are there any new paths for a business or perhaps a new job that get mentioned today? Watch out for those, because this influence is very strong for you today. So make sure you're aware of any potential opportunities and don't let them go. Okay, number 7, you have the 10 of Wands reversed. The 10 of Wands is about carrying burdens. Now, the 10 of Wands is an interesting card because in its upright position, it is about carrying a burden, but it does tell you that it is going to ease. When it's in the reversed position, it really is taking that burden from you immediately. Okay, so I want you to let go of these things that you're carrying that are limiting your sense of self, that are limiting your sense of enjoying life. Okay, it's time to let frivolity, lightheartedness, joy, and freedom into your life. So if there's something, could be a memory, could be something that's happened in your past, something like that, it's time to put down your burden and move on. Okay, better things await now. Number 8. Okay, number 8, you have the 3 of Swords reversed. The 3 of Swords is sometimes called the heartbreak card, and very often when it's reversed, it means that you're moving into a better place emotionally. Okay, so that energy that's been really weighing you down could be, you see, you've got like the swords going through the heart, which is why I think we associate it with heartbreak especially, but it's really a card that talks more about sorrow and disappointment. The broken heart's very often disappointment, isn't it? Because a relationship hasn't worked out. But this can apply to other areas of your life as well, because it's that disappointed feeling that something hasn't worked out. Now, when it's reversed, it's talking about you moving away from that time, which is always good news. So basically, this is if you're carrying guilt over something, over a disappointment, thinking that perhaps you didn't do the right thing, it's really time to put that to one side, because it's time to move on and get on with your life. But the sad energy, the energy of sorrow, is passing over you now. Okay, so that's finished and there's happier times ahead. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is the Tower reversed. Now, the Tower is very often a card that's associated with sudden unexpected changes, okay, which can be quite shocking and almost like a storm of life. So, you know, the lightning has struck the tower here and the tower falls to the floor. Now, when it's reversed, it's talking about being stuck in the past. Okay, so this is talking about there is a situation in the past that's been like a big shock to you. Sometimes it's an accident, sometimes it's an illness, sometimes it's the end of a relationship, but there's something that really affected you that's happened in the past, but you're actually trapped in the tower of those feelings at the moment. So it's almost like holding you back. You're imprisoned in the tower of your own beliefs, and perhaps that event is really holding on to you. Almost, it's like PTSD. So it's like your whole future life from that event was changed by that. It made you see things in a more negative way and a less hopeful way. So this card is telling you it's time to recover. It's time to move out of that place. Okay, let go of that negative energy because it's not serving you. Okay, number 10. Number 10, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. Now, the Ace of Cups reversed is talking about the end of a particular situation. And this, very often with cups, it's to do with emotions and relationships. So you're moving from one emotional state to another. Now, sometimes that comes with goodbyes. So it could be an emotional goodbye, a friend, a partner, something like that, member of the family. But it's also about the end of situations or mindsets. Okay, so you're at the end of a cycle of something, and that of course means that you're at the beginning of a cycle of something else. When one door closes, another one opens. So I would say today, look at, can you tie any loose ends off? admit that something's come to a close, because sometimes it's difficult to do that. Put it behind you and look forward to new opportunities, whether that's a new relationship or a new phase of your emotional life. So a new phase of how you see yourself and how you feel inside. Okay, number 11, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is really a card of missed opportunities. So basically, you see this guy sitting underneath a tree. He's really feeling quite sorrowful about these 3 cups here, which are empty, which are out of his reach. So they're like opportunities which he hasn't manifested. So there's things that he feels that he's missed out on in life. You know, I didn't make this decision right, or this has all gone wrong. This hasn't worked out for me. Oh, you know, woe is me. This is all my fault. This is really bad. However, what he's missing is that behind him, there is a hand coming out of a cloud, which is handing him a new cup, which is full. So it's talking about actually looking around for the opportunity that you're missing, because you're so focused on what you've lost and what you've missed out on that you're missing the opportunity being handed to you today. Now, this could be as broad as, you know, yeah, some things go wrong, but always remember that there's another chance, that you have the opportunity to move forward from today. But this could be very literal. So it can almost talk about, have you put all your eggs in one basket when you've gone for a job, or where you've attempted to do something, or you've really wanted something, and that's not worked out. So you've become very despondent about it, okay? But you're missing what's being handed to you in the background. So have a look round for that today, number 11. Okay, number 12, we have the 5 of Cups. Now, the 5 of Cups is very much about you're leaving something behind. So it's almost like you've had to give up on a certain situation and move forward away from it, okay? And today, this card is telling you that this is the right thing to do. So the right thing to do is to walk away from this situation and don't let it concern you. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading. I'll see you tomorrow, and stay weird.